but we actually have 4 things. We call it the 4 C's, and that's what we teach. I say we because I have business partners, Dill and Ant with Thumbnail Academy. We actually were fortunate enough to speak at Vid Summit this year. I spoke last year, but the 3 of us spoke this year. Let's see, where is it? I'm trying to pull up a slide. I had a slide with the 4 C's, but hold on. Dang it. Yeah, so composition is one of the 4 C's. Color
Yep.
theory, curiosity, and gosh, I don't remember what the other one was. That's why I'm trying to pull it up. I don't remember my own teachings.
It's like
Here we
you're on the
go.
spot.
Thumbnail talk. How to create winning thumbnails. Here we go. You ready?
Ah,
Oh, is it sharing?
yeah, yep.
Cool. So yeah, composition, color, clean assets, and curiosity. Okay, yeah, I forgot about the clean assets. So we've already talked about composition. You got to make sure that your image is balanced. There's something to, again, as a Christian, I believe that God created us to desire order because He's an
Yep,
ordered God. Like this universe is too perfect and fine tuned for it to be an accident. And so we are attracted to things with order. When chaos happens, it gives us stress, anxiety, and you don't want that.
yep,
Yeah, having order and balance is important because it is attractive, to put it simply.
yep,
But also watch out for the time code, like we talked about in the bottom right corner. Color balance, so understanding color contrast, color balance. This is the color wheel. So learning that, I learned this when I was in college. I only went to college for a year and a half. I was gonna go for graphic design, and we learned the color wheel, which is applicable to painting, to filmmaking, photography, all those tools that you would learn in any graphic design class or photography class are all applicable to making good thumbnails too. You can
yeah,
see here, these are just some of the thumbnails that the 3 of us have designed. Out of these, I designed this one here, the Killian Murphy one. That one's mine, and the other
mm,
ones are Dill and Ant. But you can see how we use like the red contrasting against the blue background with the
yeah,
green grass. In this case, I've got the Batman logo or the Batman bats on the left with the Inception buildings on the right with the
yeah,
atomic bomb in the background and then Killian Murphy. So it was a YouTube video about his career. And
yeah,
so it's showing all 3 of those movies in one and you have that color contrast going on. Color theory, red equals it makes you feel more danger, urgency, blue intelligence and calm. So there's different feelings that you have when you see certain colors.
yeah,
Clean assets. This was, I think I showed this one earlier, one of the thumbnails I made for Curtis. That's the real picture that I was given
mm,
of actually Curtis. That's really, he had this device and that's him in front of a white wall. And because the
mm,
lighting was so good, because the white wall was there, I was able to very easily cut him out using the subject select tool that you saw. And then all these other
mm,
assets were from stock photos. This was before I was using AI to generate my assets, but now we would use AI to generate clean assets in the first place. It's actually
yeah,
better to basically create the individual elements and then compile it yourself in
yep,
Photoshop sometimes because again that human touch is needed to give a sense of order and intentionality. So
yep,
if you imagine again these are all real photos,
yep,
but you could totally replace like those 2 subjects on the bottom, even Curtis, with an AI generate an image of a lady wearing a green hoodie looking confused on a white background. And then you just do that with all of your elements and then you pull it into Photoshop and then you can manipulate it by hand and it has that
mhm.
human touch. So that's what I'm doing a lot now.
I love
Yeah, so
that,
also
thank you.
yeah, let's see. You can see how you can use an iPhone to create really great assets as well. It doesn't matter. You don't have to have a nice camera. This is all talking about this is when we went to Mr. Beast's headquarters. We got to see the process behind this thumbnail. That's us right there in the Beast
Mm,
compound. And we got to see how they made this thumbnail. Got 100 million views in a couple days. Yeah. So, Curiosity Gap, you basically want to have a thumbnail and title that creates a question in somebody's mind that they never thought of. So,
mm.
here's a really good one. How bad is McDonald's really? It sets up
Yeah,
a question that can only be answered by your video. So it really like sparks some sort of, oh yeah, maybe you never really thought about that before, but it's okay. I'm expecting that and Brian Johnson is well known for he's that billionaire guy who like is optimizing his body for health right now. So if you
mm,
recognize him with that title, okay, he's gonna go do a deep dive on this and I'll get the answer to that
mm,
question. You can do
mm,
shock factor, walking on water prank, all sorts of stuff. So yeah, good clickbait is important. This is the actual object that this YouTuber created, and then this is what the thumbnail looked like. It's still the
mm,
exact same object with you can see how it really is those same blowers that he installed on the hovercraft, but
mm,
they exaggerated it a bit to help get the click, get the interest. You want people to see and understand it immediately, but don't
Yeah.
mislead them. This isn't a misleading thumbnail because he makes a really cool hovercraft, but it doesn't float like that. So understanding that
Still
is
cool though.
important. And
And what
then,
was
yeah, I don't,
yeah, what
anyways,
was the pics thing you mentioned? Because I'd love to know about
yeah.
that too. Just
Okay.
so
So free pick. Free
yeah,
pick.
what are we doing
Yeah, so free
next?
pick is there's other tools like this out there. Like I think Higgsfield is a really popular one too. But all like me, Dylan, Ant use free pick. We only use free pick. It's a really powerful tool to compile all the things together. So I'll show you an example. I just made a thumbnail for a channel that I work with called Black Rifle Coffee. They're a bunch of military guys who they're veterans, and it's a very American company. You're from Australia. You guys don't have guns like we do. These guys basically took this is a full AI image that I
Wow.
generated. Let me recreate it and show you how I did this.
So
So
basically, like this tool is basically like your Midjourney or your Leonardo AI sort of thing?
that's right.
Makes
Yeah.
images? Why do you use that over a Leonardo or a Midjourney? Because everybody talks about Midjourney, but I haven't heard
Mm,
that much about this tool.
I'll show you why in a second. Yeah. So
Cool.
here's the video. So if you click on the video, you'll see like these guys are maniacs, right? They installed insane weapons on these vehicles and they're just being silly. And this is a $1 billion company, Black Rifle Coffee. They're in every store in America. Really popular coffee brand, but it's like owned by all these military guys and they donate a significant portion of their revenue to veterans and yeah, so they're pretty awesome. Badass, if you will, right? You can see though, like all I need to do to make so I already had an idea in my head. I want all three of these vehicles. They retrofitted a Tesla, they retrofitted a Prius with a gun. Where's that? They put a gun on a Prius, they put a gun on the Bronco. So all I had to do was take screenshots like that of each thing. So here's the Prius, here's the gun, right? And just for sake of this course, I'll save you. I don't have to do all that, but let me reuse this basically. So I'm going to recreate it. So you can see here over on the left, I have all those screenshots. I don't know if you can see it really.
Yeah, yeah.
It's small, but you can see there's the screenshot. Image 2 is the screenshot of the Prius. Image 3 is the Prius. Image 1 is the Bronco. There's the guns from the Tesla, and then there's the shot of the Tesla. And so I basically was able to use a combination of, and I'm usually prompting things with AI as well. So let me go to the prompt. No, that was the other one I did. Okay,
Ah,
so
so
I'm
you
making,
create
so I,
AI.
yeah, is that it? No, that's not it. Hold on. No, you know what? I didn't use a prompt for this one. No, I just wrote this one by hand. Okay. I just tell it I need a thumbnail photo of these three vehicles with guns on them and the Black Rifle logo, which I've included at image 7. And so I basically reference each reference file as I say it. This app allows you to build characters as well. So I can add any character that I want inside of here. These are all just the creators I've worked with. And so if I click into that guy who's on top of the car, his name's Matt. Where is he? He's down here somewhere. There he is. There's Matt. So I was able to say image 1 is a blue Bronco with a gun and a man who is on top firing it. And I'll say at Matt, right? So I'm telling it that this is the character that you've already built your model on. Image 6 is a Tesla Model X with guns that look like at image 5 at image 4. So again, I'm referencing the screenshots that I took from the video of the guns on the Tesla. Image 6 is a Tesla, or what is it? Image 2 and image 3 is a Prius with a big gun on it. So again, I'm just very clearly communicating and not overdoing it, just telling it what it is. I need all three to be lined up shooting towards the camera, make it look epic, highlight the guns firing, and also use the logo and make it look as close to the images I provided. So that's all I said. I'm able to select 16:9. I believe the winning thumbnail that I did for that one is this one, I think. And I was using the newest model of Nano Banana. So I guess that one is, yeah, Google Nano Banana 2. So this was the one that I chose, and
Wow,
that's
that's
based on my
so cool.
prompts. So you can see, like, what I love about it is it was using all those reference files from the screenshots to inform this design. Like, it's the same green Tesla that you see in the video, it's the
Mm.
same blue Ford that you see in the video because I built a character model on that talent. The guy, his name's Matt. The guy shooting the gun looks a lot like Matt. And then,
Yeah.
of course, you've got the logo with the Prius with the gun on top.
If you wanna watch the entire episode, click here, and if you wanna watch more episodes like this, click here.